What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to the Sex Mechanic Podcast. I, of course, am your host, the Sex Mechanic, aka Jeanson Benoit, aka The Exception, aka Mr. Born to Explore, aka Confident Creator, aka I Did It My Way. And this is the podcast about dating, situationships, and sex, and some other stuff sometimes too. It depends on how I'm feeling and who I have on. But welcome back. I don't know why, but it feels like more than a week. I know it was a week since our last episode, but it feels like longer for whatever reason. But I'm happy to have you back. I'm happy to be back with you to talk about some of the same shit we be talking about, just in different ways. I want to recap like this past weekend. This past weekend, I got to go to Portland and visit some friends of mine, and it's always a good time because, for one, I mean, we definitely drink, which is that's cool, but that's not the best part of the weekend. Um, I have two homeboys there that have I don't know, like, so let me explain kind of like where where they come from personally. One of them is a bigger dreamer than I am, and for those of you who know me closely, you know that I'm definitely a dreamer, a big dreamer. I live in the clouds a lot, and he's an even bigger dreamer than me. But at the same time, he's very much an execution type person. Like, he definitely goes after whatever dreams he has or whatever goals he sets, and he's always setting new goals for himself. So it's always a motivation to be around him, and it's always a lot of energy back and forth when I'm around him. So I appreciate him for that. And my other homeboy, he's very analytical, and so he'll have 100 questions whenever I tell him about something that I'm working on or a dream or something that I have that I want to accomplish. And I appreciate that as well because, being somebody who lives in the clouds a lot, sometimes it's good to have someone there to kind of bring you back down a little bit and help you ask certain questions that maybe you may not have asked yourself because you're, in a different spot. So, you know, I appreciate both of them. And it was a good time. So I'm glad I got to go. Uh, I got Ricky 2JZ in here. Welcome. What's going on? For those of y'all who know, or I don't know how many of y'all are into watching roast, like comedy roast, but there's a show called Roast Me, and it's on YouTube, and the the what's it called? The host always says, "Welcome to the battlegrounds," with a funny voice. So that's a little inside thing that me and Ricky 2JZ always go back and forth about. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. Now let's get into the topic. Today, a little warm for whatever reason. I don't know why it was chilly in here before, but the weather just keeps going back and forth over here in San Diego. Like, today it had to be high 70s, close to 80. Like, I actually had to put my window down when I was driving my car, and I don't always have to do that. And then now it's kind of cooling down at night, where it'll be maybe 60, maybe 58. So I got to keep changing with the weather and the times. All right, so this is the question, right? I asked something similar to this on my IG at some point, but it wasn't the same exact question. It was just similar. But I wanted to go a little bit into it, or deeper, from a different angle today. So the question is, would you stay? This is okay. So I'm going to ask to the guys, and then I'm going to ask the ladies, because even though I don't subscribe to gender roles, I do realize that there are certain generalizations that fit a lot of times, even if they don't always fit. And I'm going to use those generalizations to come up with these questions, and you can tell me what you think. So, would you stay with someone if their sex was incredible and often? This is for the guys, but they couldn't cook for shit. If so, would you tell them or just modify the food that they cook? So modifying the food means they give you a plate of food, and instead of saying this sucks or it's trash, you just maybe have, some salt and pepper in your pocket or some hot sauce in your pocket. And you add that to every meal that they make for you because you know it's gonna need it. So that's kind of like modification. And then for the ladies, I would ask, what would you do if you or if the partner you're with could fix anything? I mean, I'm talking about from cars to household appliances, uh, AC units, anything that you could think of that needs fixing, that partner can fix it for you. But his sex, I say his because obviously on this podcast I speak from a heterosexual point of view, but you can apply it however you want to apply it depending on your situation. But his sex is subpar. Would you stay or would you say something? Now, for me, for the first question, the one that's aimed towards the guys, that's kind of easy. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of easy. Um, I need her to know how to cook, and this is why. It's not because I think a woman needs to cook or her place is in the kitchen or anything like that. It's actually far from that. I can actually cook a little bit as well, so it's not like I need her to be that. It's more because I'm a foodie. I love food. I'm really into food and I enjoy and appreciate food on a different level than a lot of people. And so because of that, I don't know what I would do if the person just wasn't on the food like that. Like they just kind of like didn't care about cooking. Like they either don't have the desire or the skill. But either way, every time I eat their food, I have to basically anticipate a meal that's not good. I don't think that'll work out. Like that's a lot. That is really a lot for me. Ricky 2JZ says, I would tell her, laugh my ass off, and you can do what? What do you mean I could do what? What did I say? Oh, shut the hell up. Talking about I'm sweating because I'm sweating because it's hot. I'm sweating because it's hot. Now the question is, right? If I decide to stay in a situation with this person, would I be able to tell them? And that's easy. Hell yeah. Listen, if a person is not into cooking, they've never really been into cooking or even baking or anything like that, grilling, anything to do with food, they should already know that their food is probably not great. It could be decent, but maybe it's not, the best. Because for food to be good, for it to be great, it needs to have a certain level of attention and love and appreciation put into it. It can't just be you're throwing a bunch of, ingredients together and then voila, there's a great meal. That's not how it goes. Like there definitely has to be some care taken when you cook. And so if that person's not putting that in, then they can't expect that they're going to get a great product. So me telling them probably shouldn't be that much of a surprise. If it is, well, I'm sorry, I got to be the first one to let you know, but your cooking can be a lot better. And if you're with somebody in a serious situation, like if you can't tell them their cooking is trash or their cooking needs to improve, then y'all got some bigger issues, man. You said you can cook what? I said I could cook some stuff. All right. I didn't say specifically what I cook, but I do a little something in the kitchen. All right. Don't hate right now, please. I'm sure there's no evidence of whatever you can do either. So I'm just saying. But I could definitely tell the person that yeah, the cooking's not up to par. And maybe we'd work together in the kitchen and kind of like, make cooking more of a couple activity so it can be more fun and enjoyable for her. But there's something about when somebody has like a desire to make really, really good food. That food just comes out different, like it's on another level. When somebody's just kind of like doing it just to do it, just because they need a meal, maybe you can taste the difference between that and somebody who really cares and really They just put that passion in the food, man. You could taste it. Trust me. And when you get that, I've been blessed to have those experiences. And when you have that, I love being the taste tester for whatever recipes she wants to try out, or different types of things that she wants to make or put together. That is definitely an honor, and I accept that responsibility as often as it comes. So that's how I look at it. Um, I want to hear from y'all. I want to see what y'all would do. Would y'all stay in a situation where your partner can't cook, but the sex game is on a different level? And if you did stay, would you end up telling your partner that her cooking is not that great? Or would you just live with it for the rest of your life, I guess, or forever, or for however long you decide to be in that situation with that person? Would you modify the food instead of saying something? And ladies, also, the question I asked you, if you could have somebody who could fix anything, I mean, he's great with his hands. He can fix whatever you put in front of him that's broken. That's mechanical. Maybe not so much on the electronic side, but like anything mechanical that has moving parts, he could pretty much figure it out and fix it. If he's that, yet his sex is just, it's just not what you need. What would you do? Would you let him know? Would you stay around? Um, I'm more concerned about like kind of like what's on the priority list for people in relationships, because obviously we know things like safety, security, uh someone who can allow that person to feel like themselves and be themselves completely. Those we know, but I want to see what's more important: sex or food, or sex or somebody who could really just provide a lot of other value, or provide a lot of value in other areas like fixing stuff. And obviously there's women out there that can fix stuff as well. All right, remember, this is more of a general question because of typically what we see in society, not because this is always what it is. Ricky 2JZ says she got a lot of broken shit. Hey, let's be honest though. Shit be breaking. And sometimes a lot of stuff be breaking, especially like if you're thinking about a car or something like that. Like, stuff be breaking, man, often. So you gotta definitely it's nice to either have somebody that can fix stuff, or be that person that can actually fix stuff as well. It definitely makes a difference because the cost is like, wow. Yeah, it's hey, what can I say, man? Maybe she lives in an old house, and or y'all live in an old house, and there's always something new that comes up. Maybe she's got a car that's maybe 7 years old or more, and that comes up with stuff every couple months or so. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just coming up with a number, but you never know. But that definitely comes in handy. And also there's a lot of places like mechanic shops and other places that will try to take advantage of women because they think they don't know what the prices are of stuff, and they think that they can get over on them on the prices. So that would save a lot of money as well. Don't do that. Don't do that. She if she had a Buick, she'd be good. By the way, y'all, I have a Buick, and that thing is about oh man, 2021, a decade. Oh no, I said a decade old, 2 decades old. She's 20 years old, 20, still going strong. So I don't want to hear that talk about a Buick. All right, my Buick is doing its thing. Block them users. I'm still not hearing from y'all. What would y'all do? I want to know. I know what Ricky 2JZ would do, but I don't. I want to know what y'all want to do. Hmm. Maybe a Z. Yeah, a 300ZX. That's a different story. That was my first car, y'all, and that thing had some issues. Wow, a lot. I wasn't the dude to fix it. That's for sure. It wasn't me. Nah, I wasn't the one to work with my hands and all that. So, you know what makes me also think about that, the food thing and why I would choose food. Let me give y'all some pros, right? Not pros and cons, but pros for food and pros for better sex. So, sex can be a natural pain reliever. It can be a natural muscle relaxer. It can also be a natural mood changer, right? So there's a lot of hormones and things that are going through your body during sex and after sex, and especially after ejaculation. There are a lot of things that happen in the body that are positive after sex. The other part is in terms of how how it affects your body. It's good for your body to have regular sexual intercourse and or sexual play. It doesn't have to be intercourse itself, but just sexual play. It actually helps your body out. It helps you stay in shape. It helps your heart stay in better shape if you're, you know, doing it for a certain period of time every session. So it's got a lot of pros, and obviously it feels great. I mean, there aren't many things that feel better than, again, this is coming from me because I'm a heterosexual male, than the feeling of being inside of a pussy. I'm sorry. There's very little that compares to that feeling and how satisfying that is. And I'm sure women can tell you that, intercourse for them, depending on who the person is extremely satisfying as well. Now, the pros for food, though. Food also gives you a sense of high and a sense of pleasure. You also have hormones and things being released in the brain and within the body during enjoyment of food, which is why a lot of people, end up being addicted to things like food and in some cases like, sugary foods or whatever the case may be because of what it does to the body and the effects. So that's a pro. The other pro is food can be nourishment for your body as well. So if you're hungry or if you're lacking something and you eat the right things, then your body will get what it needs. That's a whole nother topic, obviously, in terms of organic versus non-organic and all that other stuff. But as a whole, food is what the body needs. Is one of those things the body needs to continue on in its fuel. Um, yeah, that's pretty much the pros for the food. But even with all the pros on the sex side, I would still go with the food though. Maybe it's because I've had a lot of really satisfying sexual experiences already. And I feel like with food, I'm really just scratching the surface of just worldly cuisine, not even just cuisine around my area or things that I typically eat. I'm talking about trying out foods across the whole world. And if that's what I'm thinking about, I've barely scratched the surface on that. And I look forward to discovering what that would be like. And so there's an excitement and anticipation there, I think. And also food, man, food is just food gives you the same effects as sex, but food doesn't have the emotions and feelings tied to it like sex does, right? So that's something else to consider. Like I could eat a really nice medium rare steak and not have any kind of, extra emotions or feelings tied to it, except that it was delicious and I could just move on with my life. Typically, when you're having sex with another person or other people, it doesn't necessarily turn out that way. You definitely have to consider feelings. You got to consider emotions. You got to consider where other people are at in terms of the situation you're in. So that's something that also is like a big plus on the food side, is that it's all about the food and whether you like it or not. And that's about it. It's not a lot of extra shit in there. Also with the food, right? I can make more space for food. I could make space for more food sooner or quicker than I can make space for more sex. And let me explain. When you eat something, it's basically it goes in and then it comes out at some point. So I can eat something right now, allow my body to digest it after 4 or 5 hours. Let's say that was lunch, and I can still enjoy a really great and fulfilling dinner as well. I could be ready for something good that evening. Sex, on the other hand, if I'm engaging in like a 1.5 hour session, for example, I'm probably gonna be good for the day. Especially if I ejaculate, I'm probably done. If I don't, then I might have some energy for more, but the desire might not even be there for more because hour and a half. So that's pretty good for the day typically. So that's another plus for the food side, that you can definitely be ready to go sooner. The turnaround time is a lot quicker than it is for having sex. Hmm. I could hide that. Oh, by the way, this is a side note. I have merch for sale now, and I want to make sure I put the merch store in the description. Actually, no, I did not put the merch store in the description. I got merch coming soon. I have a store and everything open on Teespring. However, I just need to, finalize some things before I put it out, and then you'll also see me with the merch on, and y'all could really see like what it looks like and order it at some point. So look for that in the next week or two. I'm just waiting to get some samples to see how they look, you know, to me up close and personal and feel it, and then I'll be able to share that with the rest of everyone for y'all to start, buying and picking stuff up if you want it. Ricky2JZ says food goes with sex. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. Sometimes bringing them together though is sometimes bringing them together is kind of weird because you can't enjoy each one fully because you're kind of like splitting your attention. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't really enjoy, let's say, the fruit that you're using in the bedroom as much as you would if you were just sitting there eating the fruit by itself and not doing anything else. So it can. Oh, he said, oh, okay, okay, my bad. You said not during, after. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Oh, oh man, I love eating something nice after eating something nice. Like that is, hmm I'm with that. Sex and then good food, good food. I mean, good sex and then good food. I'm all the way with it. I always say like I'm ready for a sandwich afterwards, So um if there's a good sandwich waiting for me, I'm down for that. I wouldn't want dessert though, which is the weird thing. Like after sex, I usually want something savory. I don't know why that is. Maybe that's because that's what my body needs at that time, but definitely looking for something savory afterwards, not really something sweet. Ricky2JZ agrees. I appreciate you. Thank you for agreeing. No dessert. Yeah. Yeah, I like to reserve dessert for after meals usually. I don't know. That's usually how it goes for me. Even though I have a big sweet tooth, but I usually like my sweets after my meal, after I've had something savory because I really enjoy savory as well. I didn't hear from any of the ladies to see if which direction they would go with. If they rather a dude that could fix stuff but can't really do much for in the bedroom department, or if that's something that she wouldn't be able to stay in for too long. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna open up a little cookie package right now. You need salt after the murder. I don't know who's murdering anything. I am softly and gently caressing and being attentive towards the body. So I don't know what you talking about. You're not talking about me. That's funny because that brings up I think I've brought this up before too, like the topic of the word smash. Like I don't that word is just so it's just so I'm not gonna say inaccurate. There's parts of the loving process that you can consider smashing, I guess. But to to just refer to sex as smashing just in general, um, it just seems weird, man. Am I the only one who feels like that's weird? Like to call sex smashing? Smashing? It sounds so violent and so overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like again, there are parts of sex that can be like that. Um, but man, smash is nice. No, people use smash right now. That's the main phrase that people use when you know, when they're talking about having sex with somebody. Did you smash? Is, still a thing. But either way, it just sounds weird. Oh, it just sounds icky a little bit. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I think that Smash needs to be retired. That shit is and then you gotta think about it too, the implications of a word like that. Like, why would somebody wanna be associated? Well, okay, obviously, if you ask a guy, he wants to be associated with the word smash, but why would a woman wanna be associated with the word smash? It sounds like, there's absolutely, like, no connection, no emotion. It's strictly, uh, beating up beating up the vulva, Imma say, you know? Um, I don't know. And we've had that conversation too, like, all right, there's different levels, there's different speeds, uh, um, there's different pressures, while you're having sex. But if that's gonna be the whole session, just like bang, 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 from every position and no nuance, no no precision. Yeah, I don't know. That might be a little much. That might be a little much. So maybe reconsider the word smash, but I can't change the world. Do you feel me? I'm just one person. I could do what I can. I could give my views. I could talk about what I think, but you know, that word's probably gonna be here for a while, unfortunately. But whatever. It's all good. Damn, y'all ain't got no answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what y'all would do. I want to know. I'm really curious. I want to know what's most important to people in their relationships. I'm really curious. I chose food because food, I'm a foodie. I said that earlier. I want to know what y'all would choose. Would y'all choose food over amazing sex? And would y'all choose, or would you choose um someone who can fix almost anything mechanical over great sex, or while that person has not so great sex? I want to know, man. I'm gonna let y'all answer. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all thoughts together. Oh, let me put my banners up. I gotta remind y'all to like, subscribe, and comment on the video because that helps YouTube recognize me and say that I am somebody. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I will be hidden and I'll be left to my own, left to figure out things on my own. So I want YouTube to be on my side and put me out there. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. And of course, share it if you like the content with people that you think would enjoy it or can benefit from it. Also, the road to 1,000 subscribers, it doesn't begin now. It began when I started this podcast, but it's still going on and it's going on strong. If I get to 1,000, I'll be able to unlock monetization on this channel, which means that I can get paid on this channel, which would be kind of nice. Um, and also, it would unlock other, different parts of the channel, like being able to advertise my merchandise on the channel during videos and stuff like that. So, hit that subscribe. And if you think there are people out there that can use this material and can use, just listening to a conversation about dating and sex and all that other stuff, go ahead and share it with them and get somebody else to subscribe too. And I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed and even the people that haven't, but continue to watch and tune in on a weekly basis. I really appreciate all of y'all, every last one of y'all. But go ahead and subscribe so I can get this money. Yeah, I know I'm trying to move on from the 40-hour work week and create a different type of lifestyle for myself. So subscribing would help me do that. I appreciate you. Hey, Ricky 2JZ, I have a question. What is your ideal meal after sex, or your ideal food that you like to eat after sex? Or are you somebody who just feels like you just want to go to bed afterwards? That is a thing, obviously, that, your body feels a lot more relaxed. And in some cases, it feels more fatigued after ejaculation. And so going to sleep afterwards is not you know, it's not an abnormal thing. But, sometimes there's a little bit of energy left afterwards too. Like I said, I like to eat afterwards. And I don't really prefer to eat beforehand either, or not too much. I don't want to be full and trying to have sex on a full stomach. That feels weird, like it almost feels like blood flow, or the blood is being pumped into other parts of the body to help with digestion rather than going to the penis where I need it. I need all the blood in the penis. You feel me? Like I need every last one of those blood vessels pumping blood to that special area so I can put in work. Ricky 2JZ says some grilled seafood. Okay, that sounds good. Is it just a seafood with anything else? I mean, any, carbs, rice, anything? Or just like the seafood by itself? I'm curious about that. I don't know what your diet is besides the pescatarian part. Just protein. Oh, okay. Vegetables, protein. Okay. Yeah. All right. Same here. Yeah. That's pretty much what I eat on a daily basis is a protein with some vegetables, but usually I'll throw some carbs in there too. But I'm trying to get off of that. I'm trying to get off the rice and the potatoes and stuff like that as well. It's just not as filling when you don't add that, obviously. So What car is that? It's not the Supra, is it? The car in this picture right here, Ricky 2JZ. What car is that? Nah, there's no way that's a Supra. Looks like a Toyota though. Carbs help with sleep. Do they? Okay. I never knew that. Never knew carbs help with sleep. I mean, for me, carbs, I guess they're supposed to give you energy, but they don't really provide that much energy. They do make you kind of groggy a little bit. So I guess I could see how it helps with sleep. Oh, that's an FX37. Okay. I need to look that up. That picture is dope. I like cars and stuff too, y'all, by the way. So that really caught my attention and I had to ask. FX37. All right. Well, I'll look that up in Infinity. I guess nobody else has answers for me tonight. I thought I was gonna get, a bunch of answers. What's going on, y'all? Where y'all at? Complex carbs give energy. Okay. Yeah, I think rice and potatoes and stuff are simple carbs. Those aren't complex carbs. So um those probably don't do much for the energy department. At least they haven't for me. I'm just so used to eating my meals with rice that it's hard not to eat rice with my meals. But you know, I'm doing better on it. I actually heard about this cleanse that my homeboy was telling me about this past weekend. It's a carrot juice cleanse, basically. You buy the carrots and then you turn it into juice, obviously, and you drink that. You drink, he said, 1.3 liters a day of that. And yeah, he says it gets you right in terms of he lost a bunch of weight on it, but he also got really healthy on the inside. His gut got a lot healthier. He got rid of a lot of stuff that was in there. Um, that was just kind of nasty stuff, apparently. And he says it really works. So I think I might try something like that. Obviously, not to lose weight, but to definitely get the insides in better shape, you know? Because for those of y'all who don't know, you could look as healthy as you want to look, but if your insides are fucked up, then that's going to show itself if something happens. If you get sick, if you come down with something, then you really need the inside of your body to be on point and working as it's designed, or else you won't be able to fight stuff off as well. Carrots and ginger. Okay. I think ginger is a good what do they call it? A good it's like good for your stomach. Uh but I think the carrots, the beta carotene in the carrots is what helps clean you out. But the ginger is good for calming your stomach, I believe. Like if you have a stomach ache or something like that, or you have some type of issues within your stomach, I think the ginger is good for that. Oh, I asked this question too, and I didn't get enough responses. I'm gonna ask y'all right now. What day of the week would y'all prefer to see the Sex Mechanic podcast live and be able to join me as well? Obviously, everybody's not gonna join. I get that, but what would be the day that's most ideal for each of y'all? I'm trying to take a poll so I can choose a day that kind of works for the majority as opposed to just working for me, because maybe most people don't like Mondays. I don't know, but I can't know unless you give me a response on that. So I have it on my YouTube channel. That poll is up still. And I also have that question on, well, I had that question on my IG, but yeah, you could tell me in the comments too. If you're in the comments, let me know what day of the week you think works best. Okay, Ricky 2JZ says beats also. Beats, I do think will, yeah, get you right on the inside for sure. And you said the day is Sunday evening. Okay. So I got one for Sunday. So far, I have one for Sunday. I have another person that said Thursday or Friday. Well, I have two people that say either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And then one that said, one out of those two that said Thursday or Friday. So right now, Thursday and Friday is leading the votes. We got a Sunday evening from Mr. Ricky 2JZ. We'll see what everybody else says. But even for those of you watching this episode afterwards, like watching this after it's already been recorded and after it's already been posted up, go ahead in the comment section, write what day out of the week would be the ideal day for you to watch this live, to be a part of the experience live. Maybe you work weekends and your week is wide open. I don't know. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe you work nights and your, afternoons are open. I don't know, but I want to know though. I want to know. So definitely leave a comment about that in the comment section and let me know what day works best for y'all. Because again, I do it the way I do it now because Monday is one of my off days. So it just works the best for me. But I keep saying I'm gonna be transitioning out of my current, position at my job. And that will leave a lot more flexibility for me to make this a more full-time situation. So I definitely want to be on here when y'all are available and when y'all actually want to see me on here and want to engage with me. Sunday evening. Okay. Let me write that down so I'm gonna take notes. All right. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to go with food. Like I said before, Ricky 2JZ said he's gonna go with food as well. So wait, I didn't ask you a question about that, Ricky. How about if so if she couldn't cook that well, would you let her know that she couldn't cook or just like leave the relationship? Let's say it's early in the relationship, like before, there's kids involved or, before marriage. It's like you guys are still boyfriend and girlfriend. Like what would be the reaction early on when you realize this person's cooking is not great? But they are blowing your mind in the bedroom, like they are putting it on you. Is that worth it to stay and say something or just maybe move on from this because food is too important? And even if you say something, that doesn't guarantee that they're going to do something about it because they don't have a desire to really be better at cooking either. Okay, so Ricky says, since I'm a chef, I'll teach her. I would teach her. Well, I guess that's going to be a disaster then. Her cooking might actually get worse then. So, okay, that's good to know. Ah, love you, bro. Oh man. All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna go with food tonight. That's gonna be the answer. Write in the comment section below what your choice is. Even if you're watching this afterwards, that's fine. I wanna hear your opinion. I wanna see where you're coming from. And yeah, better than your hey, let me tell you something, bro. I don't eat hot dogs. You already know that. That's hot dogs are disgusting. And I'm not like shy about saying that. I don't fuck with hot dogs at all. I'll do sausage links. I'll do like kielbasa's, but hot dogs, nah. That's the trash of the trash. My taste is a little too my taste buds are a little too bougie for that. So sorry. I know there's certain places that do hot dogs and they're famous for like, oh, they do special types of hot dogs and all that, but at the end of the day, a hot dog is still a damn hot dog unless it's a sausage. All right. Unless it's a sausage, it's still a hot dog, no matter how you dress it up, no matter how you put all kind of stuff on it. And I'll pass. I'm good on that. I will be okay without anybody's hot dogs. All right. So don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And we're gonna call it an episode, y'all. Episode number 26 of the Sex Mechanic podcast is in the books. And I look forward to you joining me next week. Let's see what happens. I might have somebody coming through, maybe not. But we'll definitely have a good time as we usually do. And I look forward to talking to you all next week. Later.